there are 4 things that you need to be able to quickly capture for an effective brain dump system: tasks, events, notes, and resources. So in this video, we'll create a brain dump system in Notion from scratch with no prior Notion skills required. Subscribe for Notion tutorials, let's dive in. So this here is what we are building today: a place to add your tasks and events, a place to add your notes, and a place to add your resources. Here we have your calendar, your tasks, and your completed tasks, and down here we have your notes and your resources. And with these quick buttons here at the top, we can easily add a task. Let's call this task 1, and I can click away. So I can add that task in a split second, and it will show up here under my tasks. Now, tasks and events are actually the same thing. The second I assign a date to this task, let's say today, as you can see, it no longer shows up in this task list here, but it does show up on my calendar. So I can see I'm doing this task 1 here today. And of course, if you have an event today, let's say you have a dinner, you can add that here to your day as well. And once you've completed a task, let's stick in task 1 here, you can always find it under your completed list. So that's how tasks and events work in this system. Down here, you can see notes and resources, and they work the same. Here, I can click and add a note, let's say note 1, blah, 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 click away. If I scroll down, note 1 shows up here, and simply by ticking in this box, I can archive it, and it no longer shows up here, but I can find it in the archived system. And resources here work the same way by clicking on this button. That is what we're building today from scratch in Notion. By the way, if you want all of this set up for you and many more features, then check out my premium Notion template headquarters. There's a link in the description. You can capture tasks, events, notes, and resources, as well as organize all of your life buckets, your projects, time tracking, journaling, and so much more. There's a link in the description if you're interested. So what we'll do is start with a brand new page here, and we'll call it Brain Dump. And we can click here to add an icon, and let's select one called Brains. That only makes sense. Now we'll start by doing / and writing calendar. Here you can see calendar view. So this here, as you can see, is a database. Then we'll click here on new empty data source. Click there. And then we'll call this simply calendar or something like that. Now, right now I can see the full month, which is quite a lot. So what we're going to do is click on this here, which is the settings. And we will click here on layout. And all we're going to do is change it from show calendar as month to show calendar as week. We can also go up here and click on the 3 dots and say full width. Now what I'll do is just create some space at the top here. And what I'm going to do is write / and we will create a button. This here will be a new event. Now the thing is, tasks and events are actually the same thing, but an event just has a date associated with it. And tasks will have a date associated with it once you are ready to add it to your calendar. So I'll call this new event. And what we're going to do is say, when this button is pressed, add page 2. And now we have to select the database. So I just call this calendar. So whatever you called it, what you'll do is search for it. And as you can see, it comes up here in my most recent. So I'll click here on calendar. Now, before we click on done, we have one more action that we need to do. We need to click here and say that we want to open up this page. So we will click here on open page. Otherwise, we'll just be adding pages to this without actually being able to write anything about them. And now we have to say what we want opened. So we want to open up this page that got added. And we can choose here if we want it center peak, which I do. So now I'll click here on done. So now when I click on new event, this comes up here. So I can write the event, I'll say dinner, and I can say the date, let's say today's date, and I can click away. And as you can see, dinner now shows up. Now, like I said, tasks and events are the same thing. So what happens if you have a task that doesn't have a date associated with it? Well, what we're going to do here is click on the plus on the calendar, and we're going to add a new view. And this view will be a table view. And what we can do is call this tasks. So we have the calendar view, where we're seeing it as a calendar. And then in this tasks view here, we're seeing it as a list. But I don't want to see the tasks in here that have a date associated with them because they're showing up in my calendar. So what we're going to do is use this thing called filters. So I'll click here on the filter. I'll click on advanced filter. And here what I'll do is change where the date, start date, is empty. So that here is now my new rule under this tab. So this filter that we added is just for this tab here. It's not affecting this, so I can still see dinner here. As you can see, the filter icon here isn't blue. If it's blue, then that means there's an actual filter applied to it. So here you can see that that is blue. So right now there's no tasks in here. And the way we'll work is we'll click on new event here, which we could rename now to new task. What we can do is click on new task and say write essay. And if there's no date associated with it, when I click away, it will get added to this list here. What I'll do is just delete this property. Now we need one more main thing for our tasks/events, and that is simply to know if we've completed it or not. So we'll click here on the plus property and we'll scroll down to the checkbox. And we don't need to see the full term here of checkbox. I'll just do a spacebar, and now I know if I've completed it or not. So I can tick this in, and now I know if I've completed it or not. Now, obviously, the problem here is I'm going to end up having a long list of tasks that I've completed. So we're going to have to create another tab. Now, because we created this, we can simply right-click and duplicate this tab. So we'll do that. This one here will be completed tasks. And we can change this icon here if we want to the checkmark circle. So these here will be all the tasks that are completed. So for me to see that, what I'll do is change this filter here, and I'll delete this where date is empty, and I'll remove. So now as you can see, this dinner task is showing up. And instead what we're going to do is say where the checkmark is checked. So now any task that's complete will show up in here. So if I tick in write essay, as you can see, it shows up here. So under the completed, we'll see a list of every single task we've ever completed. So under this tasks tab now, we don't want to see the tasks that are completed. And we also don't want to see the tasks that have a date associated with them. So if I click here on filter, we could see this rule that we have where the date is empty, which we want to keep for this tab, but we're going to add another rule. So we'll click here on add filter rule. And the rule will be where the checkbox is unchecked. So now for a task to show up here, it cannot be checked in and it cannot have a date associated with it. And by default, when you click here on new task, this here will be unchecked and this here won't have a date associated with it. So I could say task 1 here. Obviously, I can write stuff about the task here as well. And now I can see task 1 showing up here. So these two here are the tabs you'll most likely be working in. On the calendar view, you can see what you have in your day. And under the tasks tab, you can see everything you haven't completed yet and you haven't scheduled yet. So now we have one last setting that we want to change for our tasks/events. On this calendar view here, I want to be able to see if I've completed this event/task yet. So what we'll do is click on these settings here and we'll say property visibility. And here what we'll do is just say that this will be shown. So I can see here in my calendar view whether it's completed or not. So now we have a simple task event system. On our calendar view, we can see tasks and events that have a date associated with them. In the completed view, we can see every task that we've completed. And in this tasks view, we can see every single task that either hasn't been scheduled or hasn't been completed. This is an incredibly effective task management system. Again, if you want something a bit more powerful, then check out my headquarters template. There's a link in the description. That task management system has a few more properties which will make organizing your tasks even more easy. All right, part 2, we are now building the note-taking system. So what we're going to do here is / and write gallery. So this here will be a new database. And I'll click here on new empty data source. And I'll call this notes. So if I click here and I'll just call this note 1, as you can see, it's quite a large block here. So we'll change this just so it doesn't take up as much space. I'll click on layout. And here what we're going to do is change the card size from medium to small. So as you can see, it takes up less space. And we'll change the card preview to none. So this here is how the note 1 will look. Now I'll click here on note 1. And as you can see, this tags here shows up by default. What I'll do is just delete this property. But I'll click here on add a property and just do the checkbox property. And I'll call this archived. So we have this notes here. I can see note 1, but I can't easily archive the note. So what I'll do here is click on settings, click on property visibility and show archived. So I have my notes here. Some will be archived, some will not. But I want to create tabs here like we've done with the calendar. So what I'll do here is click on these 3 dots here and do duplicate view. And here we'll just call this archived. So we just want to see the archived notes on this tab. So to do that, I'll simply click here on filter, say the archived is checked in. And then for this gallery view, let's rename this. We'll call it new notes, for example, and we'll add the filter here where archived is unchecked. So note 1 is sitting here. It's not sitting here. And when I tick this in, it bounces to this view here. Now, so we don't have to scroll down here to add our note, let's add another button. So again, I'll do / and write button, click on button here. I'll write new note, add an action, add page 2. Here we'll select the database. So the database here was called notes. So I'll select notes here and we'll add the action to open up that page and select the page that we want opened, which is the page added. And then I'll click on done. Now, so we don't have these as a list like this, but instead they'll all show up in the top line here. What I can do is use these 6 dots here and then drag it till you see this blue line here, and then I'll drop. So as you can see, they're showing up in the same line. I can also underneath this do / div just to create a divider. So now we have a note-taking system. I'll write note 2, blah, blah, blah. And I've now added a note that shows up down here. And the second I feel like I've given it attention and it can be archived, I can just tick in and now it's been archived to show up here. So now we've created a note system in Notion. Part 3, let's now do this with our resources. Now resources will work very similar to notes. So let's use our notes here as the skeleton for that. What we'll do is click here on these 6 dots and we will click here on duplicate and we will duplicate without content. So now this here will be my resources database. Now, as you can see, it adds this 1 here. That's because notes is the original. And now that it's been duplicated, it doesn't change the name. It just adds 1 here at the end. So I can just change this to resources. And now all of these settings here, as you can see, have stayed the same. And all of these filters here have been duplicated. So now I'll just change this to new resource. And I'll still have this archive system. And this here will work pretty much the same way. Now for this button here, we'll use this button again as the skeleton. So we'll simply duplicate it. And now we are going to change the setting on this button to new resource. And instead of adding the page to the notes, instead we'll add it to the resources. And I'll click here on done. So now if I drag this here to the side, I can now click here on new resource, book. I can click away. I've now added this resource down here, and if I've either read this book or I've taken the course or whatever it is, I can then archive that resource. So now in a few minutes, we've created a brain dump system in Notion that handles our tasks, our notes, our resources, and of course our events, which are the same thing as our tasks. Again, if you want a Notion template that is a lot more powerful, then check out Headquarters. You can see the full tour here. It is the all-in-one Notion dashboard built for true productivity. Click on this video here to check it out.